morning, get yourself some original red CD, but same type of person.
Or if you're like me, I don't really have a preference between white or red. To me, it's just a matter of sweet versus dry. I'm more of a sweet, so I don't care if it's red or white. I just don't really like it to be super, super dry. I don't mind a little bit of dryness, but like that's kind of my preference.
I think I'm going to go with the Chardonnay. I can't promise that either of these, even though that says sweet red blend, it's been in there for a while, so might be more of like a semi-dry red blend.
That's all right.
This is Winking Owl, Aldi brand, so shout out to Aldi USA for their great wine selection. No, I am not an ambassador for them. I just really appreciate their low prices and high quality wine selection. So cheers, Aldi. This is on you. And I'll wait for my guest to get her drink and then we'll get started. Here we go. Tonight, and I thought this would be fun because every time we do a Tay Talk or a Swiftie, first listens where it's like, oh, I can't wait to hear the track 5. Can't wait to hear the track 5. And we talk a lot about track 5 here on the page and on the channel, which before we get started, I am going to shamelessly plug myself for my YouTube channel. And so if you are watching, make sure you share this video. And I post a whole bunch of stuff over there, hauls, tours, ride review videos. So comment over on YouTube too, because I have enough of the goodie to give away too. So stay tuned for the end and like and comment. You can be entered. Woo-hoo. Nice. All right, so we're going to be ranking our track 5. So for those of you who are new to the Swiftie fandom, new to Taylor Swift as a musician, track 5s have a reputation of being a very vulnerable song, very open song, just kind of her pouring her heart out there. Some are bangers, as we say. Some are disappointments. We'll get to those in a minute. But track 5 has this reputation for being like the it song that everybody's most looking forward to. And overall, there are some great ones. Like there are some great ones on this list. Some of my all-time favorite songs are like that Taylor Swift has ever written are track 5s. And I was actually surprised at my own ratings. And I think you watching will be surprised as well. So we're just going to start very bottom, work all the way up, counting up to our number 1 track 5 song. But for those of you who are not familiar, the debut track 5 or the Taylor Swift track 5 was Cold as You, followed by Fearless album track 5, which is White Horse. And if I get confused, we can just pull the vinyls down and take a look at them. Speak Now's track 5 was Dear John. That was a very popular one. She made a big commotion about this at the Eras Tour when the Speak Now Taylor's version re-released, and she kind of made a statement like, be nice. It was, 18 years ago or however long it was when she originally wrote it. And then for Red, of course, we have All Too Well, which another plug for us here. We did do an entire YouTube channel episode about All Too Well, so you can go check that out. It's called our All Too Well Deep Dive. We talked about the original, the re-release, the 10-minute version, the short film version, the Sad Autumn Girl version, whatever it was. We talked all about the short film. You can find that video on YouTube. And the link to my YouTube channel is in my bio, so make sure you go check that out. Then we have 1989, track 5, All You Had to Do Was Stay. Then we have Hello, Thank You for Joining. I will wave to you in just a moment. If you are, we did say I am giving away something that goes along with this video, so make sure you like and comment along. Thank you so much. And 1989, All You Have to Do Is Stay. Then we have Reputation, track 5 was Delicate. The Lover, track 5 was The Archer. Folklore, track 5, My Tears Ricochet. Evermore, track 5, Tolerate It. And then we had Midnight's, track 5 is You're on Your Own, Kid. Then we line of Is It for the Best, My Reputation's Never Been Worse. Yeah. And that, I think that's why. That was her way of putting it out there. My reputation is being dragged through the mud. I'm a delicate. Yeah. But Delicate is also number 12 for me. I think it's overplayed. Yeah. I believe Sydney and I just listened to Reputation like last week, and I literally think we looked at each other and just hit the skip button. Like it wasn't even a question. It was like, we're skipping this. Delicate is one of those songs, like if I'm in the mood and I'm by myself, or I just like, sometimes I just have Taylor Swift music on in the background. Like there are some albums that when I'm in the mood to like sing and I want to like belt it out, I put in Taylor Swift and I sing, but then there are other times where it's like I'm just driving and my mind is kind of doing. Before if you saw my story, we played it before, and I was singing along to it. I think I was singing along because I'm still sort of in the I don't yet know all of the words to the TTPD stuff, so I'm kind of singing along to like ingrain it in my brain and in my memory. But as soon as I heard it for the first time, I didn't like it. I was like, that is not even track 5 material. There are so many other songs on the Torture Post Department that would have made a better track 5 in my opinion.
Yeah.
And
so many, honestly. Yeah.
Like, so many. And so this one was also not even a question. It was like, okay, this one's going next. And I think the only reason why it's number 11 versus number 12 is because it's newer and it hasn't yet gotten to that point of like being overplayed.
Yeah.
I think it gets a lot of hype that I don't really understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one was also no question. It was like, okay, right there you go. I don't even have to think about you much past the number 10 mark.
Yeah. I felt the same way about that one.
Okay, well, so far we're on the same path. I think it's going to change pretty drastically here with the next few. I think one of us is going to go in this direction and the other one's going to go in this direction.
Yeah. All
Okay,
right.
let's see what we got.
Number 10 for me. This is probably controversial. You're on your own, kid.
What? No way! Oh my goodness!
Yeah. And if that one wasn't number 10, it was gonna be number 9. So like, either way, like my number 9 and number 10 are interchangeable. So really, like that one, honestly, You're on Your Own, Kid could be ranked number 9, and my number 9 could be number 10, and I'd be fine with switching those two up. But
wow, that's big. You're on Your Own, Kid.
Ooh, see,
Ooh,
I think
hard blow.
The Midnight's album just like as a whole was good, and I appreciated it, but like it's just not up there in my favorite albums.
Yeah, it just doesn't stand out.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah,
fair.
And like I appreciate that song a lot, and like it's the whole reason we have the friendship bracelets and everything, and like it's very deep. It is definitely a track 5 material. So like it's just that all these track 5s are so good. Like I love pretty much all the rest of these track 5s are so good. It's like You're on Your Own, Kid isn't this low because it's a bad song. It's just hard
you just
to rank
like all the other ones better.
I think so. Yeah.
Hey Anna. Anna, you missed it. I'm doing a giveaway because I'm celebrating 100 subscribers on YouTube, and I have something fun Taylor Swift themed that I'm going to be giving away. So you can share this video, but to be entered into the giveaway, you have to like it and comment anytime during the video, and you'll be entered to win a fun little Taylor Swift little gift. And it applies to YouTube as well. So if you go here, you can enter, and you can also enter on my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, though. You do have to be a subscriber on the YouTube channel. Okay, my number 10, which I also thought was going to be kind of controversial, actually, is The Archer. Because a lot of people really, really like this song. And I think when Lover came out and Archer was released as the first single, I never in my life would expect it to be a track 5.
Yeah.
Because once I heard it, I was like, okay, it's a good song. 1,000 Cuts or You Need to Calm Down, which I think she did play You Need to Calm Down, but like, yeah, so it just, like I said, if I'm looking at Lover as a whole, Archer would barely make the top 10. And like on first listen, it was like, okay, yeah, I like that. But then after listening to the whole album, I'm like, I don't, it's not my favorite. And sometimes I skip it.
Yeah.
And that's probably pretty controversial because, like I said, I know people were really excited to hear it played live, and they were excited to hear that it got the spot on the Eras tour. And for me, it just doesn't cut it.
All right.
My turn again. Number 9. Let's see where I got. I messed mine up naturally because I only wrote 11, so I had to insert one. My number 9 is All You Had to Do Was Stay.
Naturally, I kind of expected that from you. Yeah.
1989 is probably my least favorite album. I think most of the songs sound very similar, and even listening to it again, I was just like, like, it just, it's not, like, it has some good lyrics, sure, but I think for me, what always elevates, like, when we get up to the top 5, especially, the bridge is what made it, what gave it its spot was the bridge, for the most part. And, or like the lyric after the bridge that carries into the last chorus or what have you. And all you had to do is say just doesn't, it just doesn't do it for me.
It's
like,
very, I will.
Extra entry, you can go to YouTube, follow the link in my bio, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And, yeah, of course, we would love for you to share if you like this video and help us get our lovely faces to more people on this lovely app and the interwebs. Okay.
All right.
Continue.
So number 9 for me is How Did It End? And again, I think this could be interchangeable with You're on Your Own Kid. They were kind of like similar ranking songs. I like this song, but to me it just didn't rank above some other ones that are ranked higher. And I do really love the Tortured to Poets Department and the anthology, like the double album. I really like it a lot. And I can understand why this song is a track 5. But 9 gets like a 9-10-ish ranking from me.
Yeah.
All right, next. Yep. All right, number 8 is Cold as You from the debut album.
Interesting.
Yes, I do really like this one, and like I think like every time that I justify my song choice, I talk about how much I like or dislike an album, and I'm gonna do it again. Like I just love the debut album. I think it's nostalgic. Cold is like it's catchy, and I'm more likely to just start like dancing to it. And I mean, obviously, it's got a great meaning too. Typical track 5 Taylor Swift song. So I gave it it ranks at number 8 for me.
Nice. Okay, number 8 for me. I just looked at it and I have to look at it again. Also probably controversial. Number 8 for me is actually Dear John. Really thought about all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Dear John is another one that kind of, I feel like almost everybody knows. Even if you're a newer Swiftie, I feel like by this point you've heard Dear John because it has the drama behind John Mayer and all that behind it. The song is very long, which it's not that I'm opposed to long songs, but I have a history of not really liking the long songs, i.e. Sad, Beautiful, Tragic. And like there are some very, very strong messages in this song that I really like. I love the Now I'm Shining Like Fireworks Over Your Whole Town lyric. But I think it just comes down to I like all of the other ones a little bit more. And this is another one that I kind of feel like it was never a single, but yet I still feel like it's overplayed to a certain extent, in that I just feel like, again, it has a lot of hype.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I was, like, torn between, like, I'm kind of with you. Like, the next 3, honestly, could probably, like, depending on the day, would switch.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I've got Dear John, and then the 2 above it, like, depending on my day and my mood, I would be like, oh, why did I say that that one was lower? Because this one is obviously better than, you know, or Dear John is obviously better than this song. But right now, tonight, where I'm sitting and how I'm feeling, this is just where Dear John landed. And I don't really have, like, a really good explanation for it. I just... But also, Speak Now for me. Speak Now has some great songs, don't get me wrong. And one of my all-time favorite Taylor Swift songs is actually Mine, which ironically is a single, and I was just talking about how I normally don't like the singles. But Speak Now, and especially Taylor's version of Speak Now, and the bonus tracks and the From the Vault tracks, I think I was a little bit disappointed in those.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, Dear John didn't get any redemption from me. Like, it just kind of was... It's fine. Sounds the same.
Yeah.
Like, it sounded very similar. And, like, don't get, like, there are great songs on Speak Now. Like, I love Back to December. I love, Haunted. I love Never Grow Up. So there are good ones. But I think, like I said, in the grand scheme, it just, like, the other one's better. And I don't know if I can even put it into words, but.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah.
All right. Now that would be my turn. And, oh my gosh, I was dumb and wrote an acronym, so now I have to figure out. Okay, number 7? Yes. Number 7 for me is My Tears Ricochet from Folklore. This one, 100%, similarly to Dear John. Like, Dear John, for everything that I just said about it, that, you know, wasn't necessarily positive or negative, but Dear John fits the script for a track 5. 100%. That's the one thing that it has going for it. It's vulnerable. She's like talking about scorned love, whatever. My Tears Ricochet is the exact same thing. It fits the script for a track 5. She's vulnerable. She's talking about like putting herself out there, and her tears are kind of going unnoticed, and they're just bouncing off. Nobody's listening. Nobody's hearing what I'm saying. Just in different scenarios. There are some really great lyrics in here. However, every time I think about My Tears Ricochet and I try to think of lyrics that I like, I always end up thinking about lyrics from This Is Me Trying. And I feel like This Is Me Trying is a better track 5.
Track 5. I would agree with that,
like,
honestly.
My Tears Ricochet is a great song. I love it. And like, but I think the reason why it's so low, like we're only at number 7, so it's not even in the top 5, is because the bridge for me kind of falls short. But in This Is Me Trying, like, the second half of This Is Me Trying is just like, And so I feel like ever since, like when I first heard My Tears Ricochet, I was like, ooh, yes, great track 5, love this song, keep listening to the album. Folklore's album for me is a slow burn, like it starts off and then it just really, really, really like doesn't stop after a certain point. And so I listened to My Tears Ricochet, fine, had no complaints. But then I kept going in the album, and every song just kind of kept getting better and better. And then we get to track 9, This Is Me Trying, and I was like, that should have been the track 5. Like, that is, I love This Is Me Trying.
Yeah, I think Folklore is just another one of those albums that there were multiple options, like, multiple songs were candidates for track 5s.
The whole album really is a track 5.
That could have been better than My Tears. I do love My Tears Ricochet, and obviously I haven't ranked it yet, so clearly it's up there for me. But still, there are better ones for...
Yeah. And, like, there's nothing I don't like about it. I just think, again, I've been talking a lot about bridges, and I think the bridge of a song is very important. And you can say, you know, the bridge of a song is important for a songwriter. Lyrically, it's important melodically. You know, you can do something different in the bridge because it's the bridge, and it can be something completely different. You can just... And, yeah, this one, like, I love it. It's a great song. And honestly, if we were ranking all of our folklore songs, which will be another episode, it would be up there. Like, My Tears Ricochet, it would be up. It would probably barely not make it out of the top 5. Like, because I can tell you right away, like, what my top 3 on folklore are. And it's not My Tears Ricochet. But it would be close. Like, it would almost make the top 5. Like, maybe spot 6 or 7 in that ranking. And so it's a good song, but the other ones just really, the bridges just really get to me. And so, but that's my number 7.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Number 7.
So my number 7 is actually The Archer from the Lover album. For me, I'm like, I really like this song. It resonates with me a lot. Some of the lyrics do and everything. I think it is a great track 5, but I kind of agree with Caitlin in the sense that, like, there were probably better tracks on the album, and maybe even a couple that could have been better track 5s. Not necessarily. Probably Death by a Thousand Cuts, I would say, would be a close competitor as a track 5. So I think that, like, The Archer is a solid track 5 for Lover. But it's just not up there in, like, the top 5, top 3 out of all of her track 5s, but I do really like it. Love the Lover album. But it's probably like an average track 5 in my opinion. So it's a really good song. So yeah.
All right. So that brings us to number 6, which means we are halfway through our track 5 count up, because it's not countdown. Count up.
Yeah. Count up. All right. So my number 6 is actually Dear John.
Okay.
I think that...
So close ranking. Like, it's not too far away from...
Yeah. I really like this one because it is so vulnerable. Like, I don't even know if you want to say vulnerable. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but, like, she just puts it all out there.
It's almost like a diary. Like, it literally is like a letter that she... It's like Dear John walked so the manuscript could run. Like, that's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Because she's literally writing him a letter and saying, how could you do this to me? I was 19, I was this, I was that, and my mom tried to talk me out of this and that, and
and like, it is vulnerable, but she's also very savage in this one too.
And it's a sad song. Like, it's a sad song, and I think I know I already ranked it, so you guys already know it's lower than, I think I had it at, what, number 7? I think it was the second to last one. And I think that honestly might be part of it too, is that it is a sad song, and I think in a lot of the other track 5s, there's almost this message of empowerment or of kind of like moving on. I don't need a man. I don't like. I can do this on my own. I can. And with this one, it is like I'm just mopey.
Yeah.
About John and So Long London. I'm just mopey about Joe. And
yeah. And so for that reason, like it's a different type of track 5, even though it is still like a sad song. I like it, and I think that like in my earlier Swiftie days, it wasn't like a song that I was that familiar with. It wasn't something I like necessarily fell in love with. I'm like, oh, okay. But like, I like it more now than I ever did. So yeah, it's at 6 for me, but there's definitely still a few that are way higher than that for me. I just want to say right now, I have a feeling that our top 3 are going to be this, whether my number 3 is your number 1, or I have a feeling that we're going to have the same top 3, even if they're like not in the same order. I just want to make that prediction right now.
Okay. We'll see.
I mean, I kind of already know that we both have the same,
I think
we won't spoil it.
At least one is the same, for sure. But the other 2, I think you're going to be shocked. I think you're really going to be shocked. Okay, so that means number 6. For me, this one was another one that shocked me. I actually have Cold As You.
Okay.
This is a song that admittedly I forget about sometimes because I think for me, Taylor Swift, the debut album is kind of so far, I don't want to say gone, but like I'm so far removed from that era, from those songs that I just like it's definitely the least played album that I own. Like I hardly ever am like, oh, I want to listen to some debut. Like I just don't. And so Cold As You, I kind of always forget about. But then when we listen to, like every time I listen to Cold As You, I'm reminded of how well written it is. I'm reminded of how many good lyrics there are. And so we just listened to it a little bit ago and I was like, oh yeah, like I do like this one. And I think I kind of sometimes get it and The Outside and Invisible kind of like those all kind of run together with me in terms of lyrics. But then I listened to it, I was like, oh yeah. Like it just has some good lyrics and it's I've never been anywhere as cold as you. Ooh. Yeah. Yikes. So that one kind of shocked me. I was honestly not expecting that one to end up in the 6th spot.
Yeah.
Like I definitely figured Dear John would be ahead of it, but then I was sitting there and I was like, no, like my heart is just not, it's not sitting right with Dear John being ahead of it. I just, like that refresh listen just really was like, oh yeah, that's a good song. And it kind of makes me want to listen to Debut all over again, but I'm also kind of trying to wait because I feel like that is the album of all of them that we're going to hear the biggest difference in her voice.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, that's the album that I think we're going to hear the difference the most.
16-year-old Taylor versus 34, 35-year-old Taylor.
Yeah. Like, there's just gonna, even in this song, our song, Should Have Said No, like, these are songs that we grew up listening to, and they're gonna sound different being sung by a 35-year-old than they did as a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious to see what that's going to be like.
Yeah.
And what it's gonna sound like, but, like, everybody's talking about Reputation. Can't wait for Reputation. I don't think Reputation is really going to sound that much different. I think it's going to sound very similar. I'm
excited for the From the Vaults, but...
Correct. I am excited for the Vault tracks.
Other than that, I don't mind.
But the rest of the album, I think, is going to sound almost exactly the same. It's going to be kind of like 1989. I don't really think we're going to hear that much difference vocally because... Like, she was already fully developed. Her voice was not going to change past that time. So we're not going to hear anything different vocally unless she chooses to do something different vocally.
Yeah.
But anyway, Cold As You surprised me. Number 6.
Okay.
Is it my turn again?
Number 5.
Or yes, my turn. Number 5. How did it end? I love this song. And as soon as I heard it, I loved it. I love the part where it's like, one gasp, and then... I just love that part. And then, My Ghost in Me, DYING. Gets me every time. Gets me every time. So, like, there are just so many good lyrics in this song that I could not put it any lower than 5. Like, I was like, it has to be in the top 5. It has to be. Because there are just so many good lyrics, and I don't even know all the words yet. And I still, like, it's in the top 5. And I think I've only heard it 3 times. And I'm like, you're one in the top 5 because I just really like you. That's all I have. I just really like it.
Cool.
I don't even, yeah.
My number 5 is My Tears Ricochet from Folklore.
Yep.
I mean, I think it makes sense that it's a track 5, even though, like we said earlier, Folklore is one of those albums that, like, there are so many songs that could have been a track 5 on that one, and it would have been fine. But, I don't know, this is a very unique song and album, honestly, because it's not really about anything in her life because it's folklore. She was bored, she was in quarantine, her and her now ex just wrote these sad songs together. So, like, but it's still, like, just very, like, it resonates with you. And I really like it. The beat is just, like, very, like, low. Like, I like it.
Fun fact, if you are a reader, as we are here on this channel, and you have read It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, the movie is releasing next month, and this is not a plug for that movie, but My Tears Ricochet is actually the song that has been chosen, like, for the trailer of that movie. So that is a fun little snippet, a fun little fact. If you watch the trailer for It Ends With Us, the movie, Blake Lively is going to be starring as Lily Bloom in the movie, and it looks very good. And I did watch an interview. This is, like, totally subtopic, but I did watch an interview where Blake Lively said that she just fell in love with the script. And Colleen Hoover actually said that she was very happy with the adaptation. So I think if you were a fan of the book, it's going to be a good movie to watch. And My Tears Ricochet was the song chosen for the trailer. So I've been hearing it a lot, like hearing snippets of it a lot because I've been seeing the trailer a lot. But that's a fun little fact.
Nice.
Fun little factoid for
Very cool.
Okay, number 4.
All right, number 4. All You Had to Do Was Stay.
Wait, did I share my number 5? Oh, yes, I did. Sorry. Yes, I did.
Okay, number 4 was All You Had to Do Was Stay.
Yep. That's on Griffin.
It's up there for me. I mean, there are still a few that rank above it, but All You Had to Do Was Stay is from the 1989 album. 1989 is one of my top favorite albums, and All You Had to Do Was Stay is probably up there in my top 2 to 3 favorite songs on that album. I used to scream sing to this song. Like, it just gets me. It's, like, so relatable. Like, you know, someone, you know, kicks you to the curb or doesn't treat you right, and then they want to come running back. It's like, well, hey, all you had to do was stay. You were all I wanted, but not like this. And so like I said, used to scream sing to this. Love it so much. It's very upbeat for a track 5, but if you really pay attention to the lyrics, you can get a lot out of it. So anyway, that is ranked number 4 for me.
Background singing. Okay, this one might shock you because you're pretty confident that our top 3 are going to be the same. My number 4 is actually Tolerate It.
Ooh, okay.
I know. I threw a curveball in.
Yeah.
And
okay.
like I said, I built my list from the bottom. The top 2 bottoms were, you know, you're on the list, you're done, out of the loop, out of the game. And then I, like, was struggling so much with the middle. Like, I was struggling with, like, numbers 9 through 5. So I went and I was like, okay, what do I know are the top 3? And I starred them, and then I looked at my paper and I still had Tolerate It, and I was like, it didn't make the cut. It just did not make the cut for the top 3. Now, don't get me wrong, this song is 100% a track 5. Watching it live was amazing. I am sad to report that she did remove it from the Eras Tour set list. And actually, this was the song that when my sister first heard Evermore, she was like, track 2 is amazing. And then she's like, but you have to listen to track 5. And it is probably the most vulnerable song up until that point that she had ever written. And it possibly could be the most vulnerable song that she has ever written. And essentially the premise is, like, this is a somewhat abusive relationship. I mean, this is an emotionally abusive relationship that she feels very passive in. She's like, I wash the dishes till they gleam and glisten, and all you do is tolerate it. Like, I'm not getting any appreciation. I'm not getting any respect or any thank you or anything. She's like, I just want to be
celebrated.
I just want to be celebrated. And now I'm begging for footnotes in the story of your life. Like, come on now. Come on now. Come on, somebody. Like, and so it's just like, it is a great song, but it did not make the top 3.
Oof.
I know, it was a hard blow.
Yeah.
And I love it. Like, I absolutely love it. And
Yeah.
it's one of my favorite songs on Evermore. It by far is in the top 5 in Evermore, if not the top 3. But yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a big blow. It's just the other 3. I mean, we're whittling down now. It's getting pretty obvious what the top, like, what
I think I know
those-
now what your top 3 are.
Yeah, what the top 3 are, and the reason why those 3 are the top 3
Or like where they are in the top 3.
Very specific reasons.
Yeah.
Okay, so because that was my turn, now we're on to number 3. My number 3, you're not gonna believe this. My number 3 is All Too Well. I know. Shocking. But here's the thing. All Too Well is by far standout best track on Red. Stand out. No, different song. Favorite song on the Red album. 10-minute version just made it even better. Hearing it live, 10 times better. I will never get over that song. It will always be good. Like, no matter how many times I listen to it, no matter how many times I scream sing it, it will always be good. But I think my top 2, like, those hit in a different way.
Yeah.
And, like, All Too Well will always hit, but my top 2, make me emotional if I'm in the right. Like, if I am in a certain headspace, like, I will cry to the top 2. And I don't have that same emotional response to All Too Well anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I ever did. Like, I think I have almost a comical approach to All Too Well because singing, singing, so casually cruel. Like, I have, fond, happy, comical memories of All Too Well. But the top 2, I have cried to.
Yeah.
Because of different things that I was going through in my life. Those, these top 2 were songs that spoke to me.
Yeah.
And All Too Well, will always be a good song.
Yeah.
It will always be a good song. It will never get old. And yes, hello! Yes, yes, it's a great song. Yes, I can scream sing it. Yes, I look forward to listening to it every time. Do I listen to All Too Well on repeat time and time again? Yes. Will that ever stop? Probably not. And the 10-minute version, the line, you kept me like a secret, but I kept you like an oath. Great lyrics coming from this song. But the other 2, All Too Well has never made me cry. Yeah. And the other 2 have. And that's a simple fact.
Yeah. I love that explanation. Yeah.
I know, that makes sense. Shocking.
I know, that was very shocking. But
I was like,
it's a great explanation.
Ripped my heart out.
I was in shock. All right.
Crumpled up piece of paper lying there.
All right. So, number 3 for me is White Horse.
Yep.
This one, this might come as a shock coming from me because Fearless is not an album that I'm overly familiar with. It's probably, some of the less popular songs that didn't make it as singles on Fearless, I'm not as familiar with, and all of that. But, when I hear White Horse, it takes me back to being a teenager, hearing this song, this is a big world, that was a small town there in my rearview mirror, disappearing now. I'm gonna find someone someday who might actually treat me well. This is a big world, that was a small town, blah, blah, blah.
See, I'm so emotional just listening. Hearing you say that lyric, gives me chills.
Yeah.
Gives me chills. I just gave it away where it falls in my head.
And, I just have memories of listening. I don't know if it's the nostalgic aspect. I mean, the lyrics, like I said, the lyrics are just, they're emotional. They just, grab onto you. And, but I just have memories of, being a kid, if you will, junior high, early high school days, on my little iPod Nano,
Yes.
With the Taylor Swift, do we have? Okay, before it was.
I don't have Fearless. No.
Before it was Taylor's version though, like the picture of her with her head sideways with her hair blown.
Flip, yes.
Like on my iPod Nano, White Horse on there, listening to. Like that's what I think of when I hear White Horse come on. The lyrics just grab a hold of you. It's a very deep. It is a solid track 5. Now, like I said, I need to get more familiar with the Fearless album because there is a chance that there could be better track 5 candidates on that album. But
No.
I do like that one.
No.
So that is my number 3. But there are still a couple that rank higher than that one.
Stupid girl, I should've known, Okay, number 2.
All right, number 2 for me is Tolerate It.
Love it. Love it.
Love Tolerate It. And just like Folklore, Evermore is a song that she wrote just because she just wanted to explore her creativity. It wasn't really about anything like that was
Just something to fill the quarantine.
personal to her life, but it's a very like emotional song. It's one that could make you cry. Like I mean,
It could.
it is about
sure.
like, you know, a borderline abusive relationship, I would say. And like the beat,
I feel
it
like
just
for
gets
some people, this was a life-saving song. Truly.
Yeah.
I truly feel there are people out there who heard this song and they were like, oh my God, I need to get out.
And I think for me, it's one of those things that, like, when I heard it, I was able to put myself in those shoes because I feel like I've been there before in my life where it's like, I think that I'm giving something my all, but I'm not really being appreciated. I'm just being tolerated. And it's like, you feel this small when you're in that spot. And, like, that just really spoke to my heart. And, like, if you listen to the song, just, like, it dun 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 dun, dun like from the opening, it's just so sad.
It's like somber.
Yeah.
It's just like dark. Like it just
I love it.
has a very dark
overtone.
Yeah.
It's a fun one to kind of like try to scream sing too.
Take this dagger in me and remove it. Like,
Yep. So that's my number 2.
Okay. I had one as my number 2, but now as I'm sitting here, I think I'm tempted to switch them. And I think I'm going to. So originally I did not have White Horse as number 2, but I think now that I'm sitting here and ruminating a little bit, I think I am going to just bump White Horse down just 1. I absolutely love this song. I can literally sit here and sing the whole thing for you without even needing any music. I just love it. The whole bridge, like she just said, this is a small town, there in my rearview mirror. That was a small town, there in my rearview mirror, disappearing now. Like, this, I'm not a princess, this ain't a fairy tale. Like, this is a song about growing up and facing the fact that your life is not a fairy tale and things are not just going to be handed to you and you have to go out and get them. And the line specifically about there in my rearview mirror, disappearing now. Like, I
love that line.
Moved out of Ohio. I moved to Tennessee, lived there by myself, driving. That was this ain't a fairy tale. That was a small town there in my rearview mirror, disappearing now. The world, this is a big world. That was a small town, and you have to go out. And then even in the beginning, the opening verse, when she's like, "Stupid girl, I should have known." And I think it is just the quintessential song of being let down. It is the quintessential song of picking yourself up and moving on. And I don't need, like, you're not a prince. I don't need you and your white horse, like, coming to, I can't even think now. Whatever the lyric
Try
is.
to catch me now.
Try and catch, yes. So, as I just said, I can sing the whole song for you. But, like, pulling the lyrics out, I'm struggling. But anyway, like, I don't need you and your white horse coming to track me down. Don't come after me. Like, you are not a Prince Charming. This is not a fairy tale. This is real life. And I just think that, like, Fearless was the album that made me a Swiftie. And specifically 15 was the song that made me a Swiftie. But then once I heard this album for the first time and I heard this song, it really was, I don't want to say it was a slap in the face, but it almost was. Like, I'm a Disney adult. If you've been here for 1 minute, you know that. but you grow up watching these Disney movies of Prince Charming and Fairy Tale Princess and Fairy Tale Land. Everything is magical. And you find out in middle school and high school that is not the case. People are mean. People will be mean to you. Things happen, and you have to move on. You have to figure out what you're going to do, and you have to move on. And I absolutely love this song. It literally gives me chills to listen to it today. I, still to this day will scream, sing it, and I have literally been in my car driving town in the rearview mirror, crying as I'm driving away because it's like, you know that this is what you have to do. Mm-hmm. This is a big world. You've got to get out there. You got to see the world. You got to solve these problems for yourself. But it's hard. It's hard to look yourself in the face and say, you should have known. It's hard to pick yourself up and do that. So I absolutely love that song. And if you've been playing along at home, as I always say, we've now gotten to number one. My number one is You're on Your Own, Kid. And yes, it's overplayed. Yes, the friendship bracelets. Yes, the Eras tour. But when I tell you that every time I listen to the bridge of this song, I am in tears.
Yeah.
This is a powerful song for me. This song came out when I was in a very, very tough spot at work and was questioning leaving my job. This song convinced me to quit my job because this song literally says, I gave my blood, sweat, and tears for this. I hosted parties. I starved my body like I'd be saved by the perfect kiss. The jokes weren't funny. I took the money. My friends from home, they don't know what to say. I looked around in a blood-soaked gown. I saw things they can't take away because there were pages turned, bridges burned, blah, blah, blah. Make the friendship break. The whole thing. Literally every time I hear this song and I hear the bridge, I am in tears. Because it is just so... It's just so... yes, you're on your own, kid. And there are moments in your life when you feel that way. You truly feel like you're on your own, kid. And you can take this. You're on your own, kid. You always have been. But guess what? You're going to get up and you're going to seize the moment and you're going to taste it. And you're going to move on. And so this one's number one for me. Like I said, I had White Horse as number one. And then the more that I was sitting here thinking about it, I was like, no, I think it has to be You're on Your Own, Kid. It has to be You're on Your Own, Kid. And I mean, this is a very powerful song for me, and it has a very powerful message. Many of you here on the page don't know, but I was born with a visual impairment, and I was told, my parents were told that I would never drive a car, never play sports, never be good in school because I wouldn't be able to see. And then here I am, almost 30, I have my driver's license, only have to wear glasses or contacts to drive. I had straight A's in high school and college. Truly, people will tell you, you're on your own, kid, figure it out. And that's what I've done. Yeah. And when I'm at work, there are times when you feel like you're on your own and you have no support, especially in the education field. You just feel like you have no support and you're drowning and you can't go to anybody for help because, especially in my previous job, 2 jobs ago, where I was when this song came out, it was like, I was the only one who knew how to do my job. So if I couldn't do it, who else was going to do it? And you just feel so much pressure and so put down. And that's why I said every time I hear this song, I'm sobbing. Yeah. Pretty much. Oh. So it was clearly number one. I was it has to be number one. And then the friendship bracelets. I mean, the friendship bracelets are so fun.
Yeah. That is the reason we have the friendship bracelets. It's because of that song.
Make the friendship bracelets.
But, yeah. Okay.
And your number one is
All Too Well. This song is just I am just surprised at, of all the great songs that we got from Red and all of the nice singles, I like all of the singles that we got from Red. And, but then, when I actually listened, so in my, the car that I used to drive, it still had a CD player in it.
Mine still does. I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
And I would listen to the Red album, because I have the Red CD still, and I just would listen to the whole album through, and I just really, really liked All Too Well a lot. And then I come to find out that all these other Swifties really love it, and I can see why. It's just so so powerful, and all the different versions we've heard, the 10-minute version is just it's so good. You can scream sing. I feel like this is a song that's very versatile. If you're in a good mood, you can scream sing it. If you're feeling sad, you can scream sing it.
Agreed. 100% agree.
There's really not that much bad that you can say about this song. So, yeah, number one.
Yeah. And like I said, All Too Well is a great song.
Yeah.
It will always be a great song.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
It made the top 5. And it is by far and away my favorite song on Red. And even if we were talking about just the Red songs, like I love the song Nothing New, and I also love the song Run with Ed Sheeran, but it doesn't even compare to the All Too Well 10-minute version. Like there's not, like those new lyrics that she added were just okay, well, not even compare.
Yeah.
But this was fun.
This was fun.
But we're gonna do one more thing on this video because when I was at the Mall of America, I went to a Toys R Us, you guys, and all of the Toys R Us around here in Ohio are closed, gone, bankrupt, bye-bye, sayonara. There was a Toys R Us in the Mall of America, and they had this Taylor Swift inspired, you can't even see it, Mad Libs book. It says Mad Libs for the fans. I'm going to turn this off just so you can see it. Mad Libs for the fans. So we're each going to do one Mad Lib because I think it's going to be so funny. So, we're just going to start with the first one. You know how to play Mad Libs?
I don't know if I do.
Oh! Okay. So, I'm going to ask you to give me... So, this is like a grammar type of game.
Okay.
And so, we'll just go through it together. The story is called Dreaming of a Backstage Pass. So, I'm going to ask you different things, and then we're going to fill your answers into the story to make, it's like fill in the blank. Mm-hmm. So then your words will make the story.
Okay.
And then, okay. So, give me an adjective. An adjective, for those of you who are not sure, is a describing word.
Lovely.
Okay. Give me an exclamation.
Like an interjection, kind of?
Yes, something you would shout. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Me.
Oh no!
Okay. Letter of the alphabet.
J.
Of course. A place.
Mall of America.
Oh. This one's easy. Celebrity.
You know what? Let's not be so predictable. Let's go ahead and say Taylor Lautner.
Oh, I like that. I thought you were going to say Travis Kelce there. Okay. Occupation.
Oh.
Otherwise known as a job.
Teacher.
Verb. An action word ending in ing.
Kicking.
Another adjective.
Long.
Animal.
Leopard.
Another celebrity.
Let's say Oprah Winfrey.
Oh. Type of building.
Type of building. A school? Is that an answer?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Verb.
Sleeping.
I'm just going to do sleep because it doesn't say it ends in ing. Verb ending in ing.
Yelling.
Plural noun. Plural means more than one.
Kittens.
Noun. And person, place, or thing.
Let's see. Noun. Singer.
Okay.
I'm like thinking Tay.
All right. Type of container.
Ooh. Wine glass.
Wine glass. Verb.
Driving.
Okay. Verb.
Run.
All right. So now I'm going to take her answers. I'm going to fill them into this little fill-in-the-blank story down here. And then I will read you her story called Dreaming of a Backstage Pass. If you need to, this is your bathroom break, everybody. This is your getting a refill. We're just going to do 2 of these Mad Libs just because I think they're going to be really funny. And then we will be all done, and I will show you guys what I will be giving away. I will go get it while she is filling in my story before we read it to you, and I will show it. And fun fact about my little knickknack, I did find it at a thrift store. And and actually my sister-in-law was with me, and she was the one who found it. And I was like, well, I'm definitely getting these. This is gonna be great. Okay. Oh, okay, and are we ready?
I'm ready.
Drum roll. Dreaming of a backstage pass from one lovely fan to another. Oh no! OMJ! I had an amazing dream last night. I dreamed I won a back Mall of America pass to meet Taylor Lautner. We'll change that. He is my favorite teacher ever. In my dream, I was literally kicking up and down like a long leopard. Oprah Winfrey was so nice in person. We met up in the school's basement, sleep it or not. That's where the yelling rooms for all the performers are. While I was in the dressing room, we exchanged friendship kittens, and I even got a signed singer. Then that I put in my see-through wine glass. Then we took a photo together. We both made silly faces in the picture that made us drive for hours. What a great dream. If I had amazing dreams like this every night, I'd never want to run up.
Nice.
Woo!
I love it.
Classic. Okay, mine is called Quiz. What era are you in?
All right. Oh,
Woo!
goodness.
Jeez. She's throwing things.
Whoops. All right.
Alrighty.
Are you ready?
I am. Here I go.
All right. First, we need an adjective.
Beautiful.
All right. Color.
Green.
A place.
Disneyland.
Classic. Article of clothing.
T-shirt.
Verb ending in ing.
Running.
Another adjective.
Soft. I was going to say hard, but I was afraid of how it was going to turn out.
Something alive.
Cat.
Solid choice. Adjective.
Tall.
Part of the body.
Head.
A plural noun.
Feet.
Adjective. A lot of adjectives in this one.
Smart.
City.
Nashville.
All right. Vehicle.
VW Bug. My dream car, by the way, way long ago. Till I found out that most of them came in stick shifts. I was like, yeah, no, never mind.
Color.
Orange.
Article of clothing.
Skirt.
Type of liquid.
Water.
Number.
13.
Of course. City.
Dallas.
Solid choice. Okay. I'm just going to fill in these blanks now so we can read off the
And I'm going
story.
to make the giveaway.
So this is the, another bathroom break time if you need stretch, whatever you need. This is fun. I actually am familiar, like now that I kind of have a little refresher on what this is, I kind of I really like this. Me and my siblings have done similar things like this during long drives on the way to vacation and stuff before.
Well, yeah, these were big in our house. We had a huge book. I think I still have it somewhere. It's like a big book of like holiday Mad Libs and just funny. All right, so anyone who liked or commented on this video or the YouTube replay will be entered to win a Lover air freshener, which smells like lovely flowers. And you can't really see it, so I'm going to turn the light off again so you can see it. It is like the album cover, and it's pink and blue, and it is in like this vacuum sealed bag, so the smell is still fresh, and they are super cute. So you will be entered to win this little Lover air freshener, and there is going to be an extra little surprise in there as well, but not Taylor Swift. But I'm going to be throwing a couple of extra goodies in there as well. So make sure you like and comment to be entered to win the giveaway, and then I will I'll probably like kind of post this video to my story and then put a countdown so you know how long you have to comment and like I said, it goes on YouTube too because I have one for Instagram and one for YouTube. So make sure you like and comment. And on YouTube, you do have to be a subscriber to the channel to be eligible to win. So that's the only other caveat over on YouTube, because mostly if you're seeing this video here on Instagram, you're my follower. So you're already kind of a follower, but I am adding that extra caveat over on YouTube that you do have to be a subscriber. So make sure you like and comment anything in response to this video, and your name will go in the drawing for this fun little giveaway.
Love that.
Okay, I'm ready to hear my story. Yes.
All right. What's your favorite thing to wear? A beautiful coat for walking through a pumpkin patch, an old green sweater you forgot at the Disneyland, a sparkly t-shirt for running in, and what's your dream job? A soft writer, a florist famous for their cat arrangements, a dancer famous for a move called the tall head. What's your dream home? A house on a farm where you can paint feet, a smart cottage in the woods, a penthouse in Nashville.
Oh my gosh.
You're in your autumn road trip in a VW Bug, and orange scarf era.
Wow.
Mostly, you're in your cozy skirt and drinking hot water era.
Hot water.
You're in your hanging with 13 friends in Dallas era.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Mimi.
Nice.
You want to make an appearance in our video today? Nope, you're running away. So it was
Very
fun.
cool.
So we're
That's
probably
cute.
gonna do like maybe every time we get on live, we'll throw a couple Mad Libs in there because they're just
That's
fun
cute.
and they're just silly. So
Very
like
fun.
I said, make sure you like and comment on this video to be entered to win one of the Lover air fresheners with some extra little special goodies as well. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Even if you're watching the replay, you can still participate in the giveaway here on Instagram or over on YouTube. And all the details are right there in the comments of this video. And we will be some other topics that are up and coming. We are going to do our folklore Swiftie, talk all about the album, the colors, the era, the storylines, all of it. We're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing a guess the lyrics game again soon. We're going to be doing a chat about the documentary that was released, the Bad Blood documentary. So we're going to be doing an episode on that. So lots of things to come. Make sure you, like I said, are a subscriber on the YouTube channel, or you keep hanging out here with us on our lives right here on IG, because we've got lots more things to talk about, and I'm sure she'll never stop giving us things to talk about. Hopefully next time when we meet, I will have some more additions to the display, because I do have 2 other vinyls that need to go up. So next time we might have some more things to look at there. So that would also be cool. And thank you all already who have commented and are entered into the giveaway. And we will see you guys next time. And make sure that you stay tuned to my stories over the next few days, because I am going out of town, and some of you know, some of you don't, but I'm super excited. So make sure you stay tuned on stories to find out where I am and see what I'm up to, because it's going to be really magical. And yeah. So that's all for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching.
This was fun.
Thank you,
Thanks for having me.
JC, for being here as always. And we will see everybody next time. Bye-bye.